Welcome to the Inner Work Guidance series. My name is Shubhali. I work at the nexus of coaching, therapeutic modalities, and spirituality, and I specifically work with women to support their inner work journeys. So today, I wanted to share with you one simple spiritual practice that can be life transforming, literally life transforming. And before we get into the practice, let's understand what the word spiritual even means, right? So, spiritual comes from the word espiritus, which means spirit or the soul or the self. And so, spirituality or spiritual work is not woo woo or religion or any of those things. Those things may have spirituality and spiritual work in them because in anything that we do, there is a self involved. And wherever there is a self, that self means self work, spiritual work. Yeah. So now that we understand and are on the same page with what spiritual work means, let's look at what this simple yet life transformative practice really is. If I can look at this moment and just look at this moment and say, how can I make this moment better? Let me give you some context to this and then we'll come back. Now, I'm sure in your life you must have had experiences that may have been phenomenal, that may have been really great. Some where you would have seen that you put in the effort, you put in the work and you got the result. And then some, if you were to truly sit with yourself and look back, you will be able to look back and say, I have no idea how all of these great things happened for me. You know, we keep asking ourselves when things go wrong, we keep wondering, what went wrong? Why did this happen to me? Did I do something? This always happens to me. But if you just pause, take a moment and look back, there are also great things that happened to you that you did not directly do anything for. Yeah. So for instance, if you have a roof over your head and you've always had a roof over your head, or you've had a roof over your head since you were a child, you didn't do anything for it. Right? So that's just one instance. There, if you were to truly sit, pause and look back, you'll be able to see so many things in your life that you did not directly do anything to get into your life. Yeah. So lots of great things happen without me directly doing anything. Similarly, lots of not so great things happen without me directly doing anything, or without me directly doing anything that is visible to me in this lifetime. Now, here there will be two kinds of people, maybe three kinds. People who believe in life after life, people who don't believe in it, and people who are unsure. Yeah. So for the people who are unsure and the people who don't believe, don't think about life after life, don't think about lifetimes. But can you consider this? Every single thing that happens, there are innumerable causes and conditions that are making it happen. And so it is hard to really pinpoint and say, oh, this is why this happened. No, this happened because this, and this. That happened because that, and that. There are multiple causes and conditions that go to every single situation, every single moment arising. Yeah. So coming back and joining to our question of how do I make this moment better? Instead of wondering what I did wrong, what has to be, why is this happening to me? Why does this always happen to me? What am I not getting? What is wrong with me? Instead of going into that loop. And mind you, I'm not saying not to look at the past and to work on it or to change it. Of course not. You do that, right? But along with looking at the past, trying to make sense of the past, trying to integrate the past into my present, now in this present moment, all that I need to do is say, if this present moment is great, how do I make this better? If this present moment is not great, how do I make this better? Either this present moment that's great or not great, either I know exactly what I did to make it what it is. And if I do, then great, then I can just shift that action or do more of that action. Or I don't know what I did to make this present moment great or not so great. And if I don't know, that's okay. Can I in this moment look at how do I make this better? And this better isn't about fleeting pleasure. Yeah, of course, it's okay to have fleeting pleasure. But in the long term, in the long game, I have to look at the present moment and say, what steps, what being is needed for this moment to either continue being as good as it is and or to shift something to make it better. And here I would also like to point out this whole piece, this whole relativity that I'm using of good, better, not so good. One could say bad and worse. All of it is relative, right? And so as I'm practicing this piece of how do I make this present moment better? If I can support this with the sense of equanimity, which is this sense, this practice that whatever is okay. Whatever is okay. It's arisen in this moment. It may stay for some time and then it will go. So arising, staying, passing, arising, staying, passing. Eventually you'll see it's all arising, passing, arising, passing, arising, passing. And if I can find my grounded stability, in Hindi the word is sthirta. If I can find my sthirta, my grounded stability in this arising, passing, arising, passing, arising, passing, that's equanimity. If I support how can I make this moment better with my equanimity, my life's gonna be great. It's gonna be transformed. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please do like, subscribe if you haven't, and let me know in the comments below if there's any specific thing that you're working through at this point in time in your life, and if there's any way that I can support you in your inner work through the Inner Work Guidance series. All right, all the best. Until next week.